What's going on, everybody? It's your boy EJ back again with another video. As you can see, I have on the same outfit because it's the same day from the last video that you guys saw. So I'm just running it back, making another video. As you saw from the title of this video, today we're gonna be talking about payday loans. Yeah, this is one of those ones where you really want to pay attention because there's a lot of you. You might not admit it, but there's a lot of you that use payday loans because obviously they're using them because the businesses are still open. Right? So clearly people are using them. So today we're going to get into the nitty gritty of what is a payday loan, how do you get a payday loan, why would you need a payday loan, how to get out of payday loans, and why you should never get a payday loan. So yeah, stay tuned because this one's going to be a very informative video. You ran into a situation. Life happens. You needed to spend for something, a bill popped up and they said they need the money now, they're going to start garnishing your checks or something. So whatever the situation, this is just a hypothetical situation. You need $200 for something, emergency. You don't have $200 saved up, so you need it. So you go, you ask around your friends, they don't have it. You can't ask your parents because they're already strapped to. You don't have any extra money saved up. You don't have anything you can do. So what do? You go searching for money. You find this place called a payday loan place. Probably Advance America, checking the cash, check and go. You see these people, they be like, get cash, so you go in there, you ask them, hey, I need $200, what can you guys do for me? And this is how the sinkhole starts, because you ask for that $200, they give it to you, and the interest rate is through the roof. We talking like upwards of 500% on interest. Now, if you pay it on time, it don't hurt that bad. It's still a gigantic fee. If you borrow $200, you're gonna have to pay back $235. But every time, this is how the traps are, because every time you take that loan, you're paying them $35 to do it. So you're getting money, but you're still losing money on the back end, and that's how they get you. It's like a secret tactic. You don't really feel it until you like really start getting into it. Like, oh man, this $35 is hitting me. $35 every single time you get one. If you're doing that twice a month, you know what I'm saying, that's $70 right there that you lost just to try to get the money that you need. So that's how, or like why you would need a payday loan, and that's how they can get you. You need that $200 though, right? So you don't have much of a choice. So you do it. You go out, you pay it, you come back, you pay it on time. You're in the system now. Like you see that now they got you and you made your first payment on time. Now they're gonna be marketing to you to come back again, because now if you don't have an extra $200 that came in to recover from the $200 you just gave them, now you have to take another $200 because that $200 came from your check. So then you have to borrow $200 again. That's how it starts. Little by little, it eats at you. $200 every payday, and eventually, life might happen again. Now you gotta borrow another $100. So now you go to a second payday place. You borrow $100. Guess what? Another $20 fee for that. So now you're paying $35 to this place for a fee, and then $20 to this fee. You know what I'm saying? You do that every payday, twice a month. You're doing that at least. Some people get paid weekly, but they make most of the time make you do every 2 weeks. So every 2 weeks you're throwing out $35 and $20. You know what I'm saying? Just to borrow money. But no, I get it. I've had to do this. This is why I'm making this video. Today I'm going to teach you guys how to get out of these payday loans. That's the main reason I'm making this video. So I'm not promoting payday loans, if that's what you guys are thinking. No, I'm teaching you how to get out of them. Pay attention. So a payday loan is virtually a debt trap. They're here to help you but hurt you at the same time. They're not offering you, low cost, fees or nothing like that. They want your money. A lot of them, they'll connect to your bank account, and if you don't pay, they pull that money out anyway. So if you don't go in the day of and pay, they're gonna pull that money out. Now you have a chance to overdraw on your bank account, because you may be in the hole already, and now you have a chance to overdraw your bank account, which is gonna put you even in a bigger hole. So I'm saying this could be a very, very slippery slope and a very dangerous thing to do, having these payday loans. And they also check a system called ChexSystems, C-H-E-X, ChexSystems. Now this system, if you've had any bad banking in the past, wrote bad checks or anything like that, ChexSystems is a way for banks and financial institutions to track you to see if you've been bad with your bank accounts. That's pretty much it is. So they check to see if you've been into the ChexSystems, and if you've been in ChexSystems, there's a good chance they want to even give you the money to get the payday loan. So now what are you gonna do? There's other ways. It's kind of better ways, but I ain't gonna get into that. That's another video. So why would you need a payday loan? Like I explained, life happens. You don't have friends, you don't have family, you don't have any savings. You know what I'm saying? Your income is low, you're living check to check, made a bad decision. You don't have at least $1,000 saved up, and you're probably embarrassed to let anybody know that you're in a financial situation that you're gonna need to borrow money from anybody anyway. So it's like, it's more emotional and mental than anything, but also just having, it's hard to get them when you're living check to check as it is. It's hard to get out of that without some kind of tax return or something like that, some kind of stimulus check to, you know, get you out of that hole. Payday loans is like a band-aid on a gushing wound. So yeah, it covers it, but it's not gonna stop it. Now, I'm not gonna sit there and say payday loans are all bad. How are they good? Did they actually offer you a chance to get the money that you need? If you need $200, it's not just gonna appear out of the air. So there's a good reason that they exist. They do provide some sort of value. You can get that $200, $100, $80, whatever you need to cover your emergency at the time. The lower the cost, the better it is with these payday loans. If you only need $80, don't take $200. If you only need, you know, $50, don't take $150. Take only what you need that will help you in the long run with these payday loans. I know it can be tempting sometimes when you're sitting there, you're like, well, I can get $200. But you're not thinking about it because you're in that strap right now. You're like, I can get $200 and that means the next payday. Like, no. Take only what you need. They also don't check. Well, some of them do a hard inquiry, but for the most part, a lot of them don't do a credit check, so you don't have to worry about your credit score. They don't check your score to see how much you qualify. Some of them do. Some of them they'll be like, you only qualify for this much, and the others are like, here, take whatever you need. So. You have to ask around and see which ones. I know checking the cash, they actually do check your credit report. They do a hard inquiry virtually every time you get money from them. And then Check and Go, they check your credit score and they make sure your check system is good to make sure to see how much you can get. You can't get the full amount sometimes because your credit score is too low. So just keep that in mind. How are they bad? Besides the fact that the interest rate is more than what you're asking for. The interest rate is a higher number than the amount of money that you're asking for. Let that sink in. That's one of the bad things. Sometimes, like I said, they can garnish your wages if you don't pay on time. They can put a stranglehold in your bank account, which will push you on a downhill spiral. Like I said, if you get to a place where they overdraw your account, it just starts the downhill spiral and you just get in more and more trouble. And a lot of times you end up getting multiple loans because you're trying to pay rob from Peter to pay Paul, you know, so it ends up being worse in the long run. The longer you have these things, the worse it gets. This is something you want to do for like 1 month, no more than 2. Anything more than that, you're going to start putting yourself in a serious predicament that you don't want to get in. That you don't even realize that you're doing it. So take what you need, pay it back as fast as possible. Don't go back. I mean, like I said, I don't promote these things. I understand. Life happens. If you don't have to go, don't go. But if you need to, pay it off as fast as possible. Now the main reason why you're here, if you have payday loans, you're probably at least a few months in now, and you're probably like, how do I get out of these things? Well, it's an unorthodox way that I did, but it worked. So I'm gonna give you guys the way I got out of payday loans. This might not work for everybody. It may not be the most advantageous for everybody, but for me, this worked. So first thing you need to do is assess exactly what you're spending your money on, because you need to see where your money flow is going. You need to see where after all your bills are paid, you need to see what you're spending your money on. I said this in a previous video before too. Make sure you guys write down all your income and expenses. So that's the first step you need to do, just write down everything. See where your money's going, see where you can pull some money from and stop spending on something. If you need to cancel your Netflix for a month or 2 months, cancel your Stars payments, anything like that, anything unnecessary. If you can cancel that for 2-3 months and just work with the basics, watch DVDs or something like that, it's gonna hurt for a little bit, but whatever you can pull from, do it. Now we're not talking about that you have like credit cards and all that stuff right now that you can use to help pay this. We're not talking about that right now. This is strictly you have payday loans and you don't have no other way. So write down all your bills, expenses, see where you can pull from. Now, when you take it from these places, if you want to start, if you're trying to, you've already messed up, you already started, whatever, but you want to try to find places that offer multiple different options for payment. Like, you don't have, like, you can take out $100, $200, or $300. Those are huge chunks to have to pay back. Like, one of them, you go straight from $120 straight to $255. And it's hard to pay back $255 to offset to get you down to $100, to offset to get you down to $0. It's hard to do that. Checking the cash, like I said, they run your credit, but they have the best options when it comes to payment. They have like 50, 80, 100, 120, 140, 200. Like, they have like smaller increments to pay back, so you can pay it down easier. So I suggest finding places like that first. If you haven't already done that, if you have a place that offers like huge chunks, like 100 to 255, and nothing in between, take out I say it's unorthodox. Take out a second loan from that place like checking the cash. Use that to pay the big chunk back, and now you can pay back over small increments. Pay back the smaller loans. So, example. This may sound like confusing. So, example. You have from check cash place A. You have $255. So you have to pay back $300 every payday, and you have to keep recycling that. You don't want to do that no more. You're trying to get out of these. So you go to check cash place B. Now they have smaller options. So you take the full $300 from them. I mean $255 from them. You're gonna pay them back $300 as well. So you take that $300 from them, pay this person off. Now you can take this place and make smaller payments each payday to get you going there and take less money. So you start off with $255. You pay back $300. Next time you go back and take $230. And then you're gonna have to pay back $255, and then you go back and pay $200. Now you gotta pay back $220, and then you go back again. You take out $180, and then now you have to pay back $200. You see where I'm going with this? Each time you go in, you take out less, but you're still gonna pay back the amount you took last time. So it's like 300, 255, 255, 230, 230, 200, just like that. So that's how you pay it off. Like I say, it's a bit unorthodox, but that is the easiest way to get out of these payday loans if you don't have access to extra cash. I know there are probably people like, I never thought about taking a second one, but that's how you get out. Because this one's paid off now. Don't ever go back into this place. This place is way too expensive. Don't ever go back. Once you get this paid off, don't ever go back. This is the prime opportunity, because now you get that money back. Now you don't have to pay those payday loans anymore. You're paid off now. Now is the time to try to start saving. Take that $20 fee that you was going to take, $30 fee that you was taking from them, that $35, whatever. Now you put that into a savings account. Now you got money saved up, and don't go back. Now, also, if you still don't have that option, whatever, and just you don't want to get a second one, there's another way you can do it. They can ask them to set up a payment plan. Now, the payment plans, they're going to charge interest. And like I say, these interest fees are about 400, 500, 600% sometimes. So you're going to pay a little bit more in the end than what you would do if you were paying off the way you're supposed to. But if you don't have no other option and you don't want to take a second one, if you feel like it's going to mess you up more, there's nothing wrong with asking myself a payment plan. Just be prepared to pay about $30, $40 more than what you was when you first went in last time. Each time you pay it. So, I mean, me personally, I think going to option B, going to pay off, getting the second loan and pay off the first one and then pay off smaller amounts is the easiest way. But it's up to you. Next option is the most obvious, is your tax return. But a lot of people, sometimes you don't get a lot of tax return. Sometimes your tax return get garnished. Sometimes you just don't make enough money that year. Life happens. But if you have the money to use your tax return to pay it off, or you're just stalling out until the end, use your tax return. It's a large chunk of money at one time. You can use that to pay it off. Now you're out of payday loan. Don't go back. And last but not least, you can have a side hustle to make some extra cash. Uber, Lyft, Instacart, anything like that. Make a little money on the side. Use that money to help offset how much you was having to pay with these payday loans. Pay them off. Now you got an extra way up and making income on the side. That's never going away. Like, you can do that every day if you want to, and you can make that money back. And in a week, if you took $200 and you do Instacart and Lyft or whatever you want to do every day for a week, you got the money to pay back that payday loan. But a lot of people don't. You know what I'm saying? People, if you don't want to work, then option A, where you go take from one to pay the other, is the best way. If you don't mind working, go hit up Lyft. Get your inspection. You got the car that can do it. Go get up Lyft and do an inspection. You don't want to drive people around. Go deliver some groceries. If you don't want to do that, go deliver food to people for DoorDash. There's so many ways now with just COVID-19 that you can make money on the side and have your payday loan paid off in a week if you work hard enough. Like, there's no reason. Like Lyft, it may be a little bit different now. I haven't done it since COVID, but there's days where I make $500 in one day. Do what you have to do to make sure you don't have to take these loans again. All else fails, life happens again. I don't really want to recommend this, but it's an option. Earn an app is not an option. Don't use that ever. Don't download Earn an app. There's an app called Possible Finance. Now they run your credit as well, and they give you limits based off your credit score. But they have much better payment options. So the interest is going to be a little bit less. You have longer to pay it off. Instead of having to pay it back one, you get an installment loan. You pay it back in 4 payments instead of one. So if you take $100 or $200, you got 4 different payments to make that payment back. Four times. So, and after you're done, it reports to your credit report agency that you paid it, and now that's another paid account. So it helps, but it hurts at times because every time you run it, it's a new account started, and it stays in your credit report. So you gotta weigh what cost was and which works best for you. You can help build your credit, but you credit at the same time. You have more time to pay it off, or you can pay it off one time. You know how you really want to do it. It's up to you. But all in all, payday loans are the biggest scams in America. Legal scams. All right, 400-500% interest. Come on now. So this was a kind of long, but I really want you guys to make sure that you understand that there are ways to get out of these payday loans. I understand life sucks sometimes. Trust me, I was doing payday loans for like 2 years straight because life just kept happening to me. So I got out of them. You can get out of them too. If you guys have any questions or if any of this kind of thing makes sense to you, feel free to write down in the comment section what you need help on, and I will do my best to try to answer those questions or make a video specifically just for you so you can understand what's going on. Like I said, this is going to be an informational channel. This is just the beginning. I really want to get this video out. This is one of the ones I've been thinking about a long time because the holidays are coming up, and I want you guys to be able to, have fun for the holidays. So get out of these payday loans. Don't go in there with these payday loans trying to get stuff for holidays. You're just gonna put yourself in the hole. Cause you're like, oh, my tax return's coming, I can just pay it. No. Don't think like that. Get that Discovery 8 card. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this video, man. Stay up. Get your credit score up. Check you guys in the next video, man. So until next time, make sure you guys keep track of your credit score and don't go into payday loans. Right. Yeah. Check out the next one, man. I'm out.